How you doing, folks? Nothin here. I found my beard trimmer. How about that shit? I'm a little irritated. Obviously, the title should kind of explain why. Um, so I get an email saying I have a copyright claim and my video has been blocked in all countries for minutes 214 to 245 of my What About Bob musical thing that I just kind of I didn't even mean to leave up on there actually because it was just to show somebody who didn't wind up doing it with me. Um, the like a commentary on it, but um, moved on to other things. But anyway, what I find interesting is that Viacom didn't stick up for Viacom's programming when they blocked this video. The part that they singled out was with Neil deGrasse Tyson talking, that I actually did a commentary to, and apparently they've edited their fair uses. Basically, I can't use their content and make them look bad. It's funny how all these fucking shill channels who hate America, who hate corporations, they don't get any grief. They don't get their fucking copyrighted content taken down. Are you kidding me? Most of them use 80% copyrighted content. They're just clipping shit together from fucking movies and TV shows, right? I go and do it on one video. Maybe a couple of videos, but this video here, it's Neil deGrasse Tyson talking about flat Earth. So I felt I had the fucking, right to respond to it. And I was doing kind of a music plus text response, just, for something different. And this is the one where Neil deGrasse Tyson says, if you don't believe what I believe, then you're a danger to other people and you need to be dealt with. To which I text responded, Sieg Neil. Cookies. Okay, so my account's still in good standing. And I don't blame YouTube for this. No. I blame the fucking infiltrators, the spies, the terrorists in our midst that work for YouTube and that work for Viacom. Satanists who hate this country, who hate capitalism, are using capitalist institutions to silence dissent that isn't their approved dissent, their Orwellian good dissent. You notice that? In Flat Earth, there's a approved dissent. You have to be against this, this, and this, or you're just not one of us. And we're not even going to mention your fucking name, Lost Begotten. Do you know what the phrase Lost Begotten means? Yeah. Spark, spark. You can call me Sparky if you want. But that was kind of a nickname I gave to somebody who tried to take that ability for himself once. But that's a long story. Because I'm a really fucking old bastard. You see, the thing is about my YouTube channel, I'm a bitch, but these people need their YouTube channels. They need to manipulate people. I don't need that. Now, the people who have the wisdom to listen to what I say, and the people who don't as well, you need what I have to say. Your survival in this life and your existential well-being spiritually depends on it. And you will not get the advice given on this channel on any other fucking channel. Because they're not the baby Jesus. And I hate being cliche. I hate even mentioning that fact. But there were these things called prophecies. And they said there would be a time that nobody would be able to see. There'd be a time when the flock itself would turn against its shepherd. How good it is to be shunned by you. I think it's just pretty childish to assume that somebody can't be something that they say they are simply because they say they are. I think it's pretty obvious I am who I say I am. And if you don't think so, perhaps you should take a look through the things that make it pretty fucking obvious. Because if you're wrong, you risk everything. If I'm wrong, I risk you. What? Losing a few subscribers. Oh no, I lost $0.015. Speaking of money, I need to sell this fucking Integra. I'm getting tired of working on it. My wrists have continued to split. There is a just nonsense going on with both of these things, and they both hurt like hell. The right one more than the left one because obviously I'm right-handed, so I constantly use my right hand, and it's just getting more and more swollen and discolored, and I don't really know why. I mean, I got some theories. I can fucking babble on about them right now. I'm sure there's a few going on in people's heads, and some people have heard me explain this already, so. But I just find it like, okay, so let's take the skeptic's perspective. Guy who thinks he's Jesus, right? Okay. I think about this all the time, because I wish I was crazy. I wish I was just a fucking normal human being. I really do. It's just not the case. Okay? I mean, I really wish. That's one prayer I can't answer for myself, you know? It's like I'm married. I'm married to the proof that I am Jesus. See, the reason why you say the word Jesus is simply because 2,000 years ago, it was illegal to say the phrase "I am" in your own tongue. It was considered blasphemy, and you would be stoned to death for saying "I am." You would say "I shall," "I will," "I have," but you would never say "I am," because to say "I am" is to say the self-professed name of God. I am that I am. So when you said the living God's name, would you then choose to say his name? No, because that would be blasphemy too, wouldn't it? So you would refer to him as what? God? Well, as cliche as that word is, it didn't even actually exist yet back then. Okay? And Elohim didn't refer to the Messiah. I mean, there were different. There was Elohim, there was Shekinah, there was Messiah. There were different, versions, incarnations, apparition types of God. Okay? Let's see what the fuck I was at. I'm a thinking stick. Oh, yeah. So 2,000 years ago, if you wanted to say I am, you would simply say it in the language of the Galileans, which would be pre-French. And in French, to say I am, it's Jesus. Je suis. S-U-I-S. But if you say Jesus, it applies I am as in I sustain myself. That's where the am comes from sustainment. Okay? So to say Jesus means I sustain me. It'd be to claim that you are God. In your case, that'd be blasphemy. In my case, it's just annoying. Because while I am capable of forgetting who I am and living a completely mundane life for very long periods of time, occasionally the time arrives where you children need to be put in time out. Okay? But anyway, getting back to what I was saying is, I find it fascinating. Before the sidetrack of the sidetrack of the sidetrack, yes, I find it fascinating that me, as the guy who thinks he's Jesus, okay, flat earthers won't talk about me. Nobody. I mean, almost 3,000 subscribers. There's probably been a total of 5,000 people subscribed to me and then unsubscribed to me. Okay, so people have heard about me. All right. I have videos with almost 150,000 views. Okay. A video. But yeah, I got almost 1 million views total. But, people have this reaction to the particular message that I have. Okay, so if I'm just a guy who thinks he's Jesus, then why am I the only guy talking about Russia? Why am I the only voice saying what I'm saying? Why am I the quiet voice? Why does my voice sound familiar to most people who find this channel? Am I your conscience? Okay. I'm in a fucking goofy mood, sorry. I'm tickled. I'm like pissed off and tickled at the same time. A video. blocked for criticizing Neil deGrasse Tyson. As if I'm the only one. So Neil deGrasse Tyson thinks that people who are in disagreement with him philosophically need to face some sort of consequence. Or need to be stopped somehow. That's called fascism. That's called totalitarianism. That's not American. You sound like a Marxist. I'm looking at my clownfish. Because they're freaking cute. And Maya and Bob are in their new 29-gallon. And they seem to like it there. I was in Zoom. I thought we were going to lay eggs again earlier. But I guess we'll see. Hopefully they'll lay eggs closer to lights out so they'll hatch on time. The last batch being laid in the middle of the day did not go so well come hatch day. Fucking just within 45 minutes they were there and then they weren't. I just filmed a video of them. They were there and they weren't. Eaten. Every one of them. I don't know why. Either because it was daytime and they needed to hatch at nighttime, or else the fish will go in, the little babies will go into shock if the lights are too bright. Or it might have been because I forgot to turn the wave timer back to auto, so it didn't shut off when the lights got dimmed. So the parents might have ate them as they were trying to hatch. Due to lack of suitable environment. So if the parents fear for the kids' safety and they think they're going to die anyway, basically, they'll just eat them to absorb the nutrients for the next batch. Is how it goes, unfortunately. All right, so I'm getting way off topic here, but you know, I think of different people who want to know different things and updates and blah, blah, blah. But the whole situation kind of dumbfounds me. Like, how can you really consider me logically? And just think, yeah, I'm just going to unsubscribe and hold my ears and pretend what he's saying isn't true. Me. Really? Grow the fuck up, kids. And he can't be Jesus because he uses profanity. You know, the Pharisees said the same fucking thing. Congratulations, you're a Pharisee. We got flat earthers that won't mention me, but they'll mention Lord Stephen Christ, who apparently stalks teenage girls on the internet. And see, what's funny about him is not only is he a ball earther, not a flat earther, who just about every major flat earther has mentioned and said you should go check out his stuff because it's interesting. Even though he's not a flat earther, even though he fucking mocks flat earthers on his channel, okay, but they have their unified message. The American-based Illuminati New World Order bullshit paranoid scenario that is simply there to make you lose trust in your government, to lose faith in your government, to lose faith in the process, and to think that America is an evil empire, because that's what the Soviet Union, that's what the KGB has always tried to do, okay? Because we are the main force keeping them from ruling the entire world. So what I'm saying is being done, and you can find evidence that it's been done, absolutely, from their perspective, needs to be done. So you can't just sit there and pretend it's not happening. And you can't avoid the fact that I'm the one talking about it. And they're the one shunning me, telling you to go check out Ball Boy. Fascinating, I think. Now, what's interesting to me and proves that it's, an infiltration problem, not a corporate problem, is this very instance. You see, this connotation, okay, they give you a time frame for what content violated the copyright. They didn't give a fuck about Larry Wilmore. They didn't care about the parts where I showed Larry Wilmore. Okay? The only part they gave a fuck about was with Neil deGrasse Tyson. So did Neil deGrasse Tyson contact Viacom so that they could file a formal complaint against my video? Kinda seems like him, but still pretty unlikely. What actually happened is, let's see, who has the biggest pool of manpower that wouldn't like me being a popular flat earther? I'll give you a clue. They've got 20 times more manpower than the CIA, who you're taught by these other fucking people is the only big evil organization or whatever. I'm not saying the CIA is a bunch of, Mother Teresa's or anything, but it's an obvious lack of objectivity when you mention CIA, evil empire, and you just pretend the KGB doesn't exist. Why? Because they changed their name to the FSB? Are you that stupid? I'm not that stupid. I have a problem fathoming how people can allow themselves to be that stupid. To just, I don't want to fucking recognize the basics of reality. That America is not the only country that engages in subversive infiltrations and espionage and shit like that. See, the thing is, historically, America has done so to protect freedom and free enterprise. Whereas the Soviets basically have always said the people need to get power away from the government. And then what happens is they move in the troops after the government falls. Okay? And the same people who have these agendas that you see these shill networks with, these anti-American, from Bernie Sanders to Donald Trump to Alex Jones and all the crazies on the fucking internet, okay? They all want the government to fall. They all want you to rebel. They all want you to think the government's out to get you, and they want you to rise up against it. And they say it's for you. They say it's for the people. They say the rich make too much and the poor should have a better shot, and blah, blah, blah. And it sells. The idea sells. But every time they've ever sold it to somebody, mass murder follows. See, these old hippie terrorist organizations like the Weather Underground, okay? they would cooperate with the Black Panthers and they would cooperate with the Nation of Islam. Okay. And their objectives, their propaganda, their rhetoric is the same as what you see Eric Dubé, Mark Sargent, Rob Skiba, all these fucking people talking about. Um, this whole idea that, corporations are evil and America's evil and communism, we'll just call it something else, but we got to spread it. But what happens is everywhere that government falls, everywhere that message succeeds and the people rise up, and you can even verify this with old versions of this propaganda by looking up what the digital weather underground, the digital when they were doing the Humpty dance, saying the weather's gonna, I don't know. Okay. The Weather Underground. I'll do the hump. Oh god, I can't. The song's in my head now. My name is Humpty. Pronounced with the. Okay, it's just. Move on, Sean. Move on. So the Weather Underground, basically, back in the 60s and 70s, had it all laid out about Cuban and fucking Chinese troops and like Russian troops. They were gonna like let them all in here once they fucking overthrew the government. Okay? And this happens in every instant from like South American countries to Asian countries, African countries. As soon as the government falls, these cooperative militias show up. Okay? Rarely ever actually holding the foreign insignia. And your landlord, the owner of your mom and pop whatever store, your parents, if they did well for themselves, maybe own some real estate, and the people who just want everybody's rights protected will be lined up against a wall or made to dig their own graves. And they will be shot dead. That is what Bernie Sanders ultimately wants for you. That is what Donald Trump ultimately wants for you. That is not what Hillary Clinton wants for you. Hillary Clinton wants America to succeed. See, Hillary Clinton, the thing is, flat earthers, if they were objective about this, would very much like to see Hillary Clinton in power. Because Hillary Clinton hates NASA. Oh, you go and Google it. You'll see why. Hillary Clinton hates NASA. But the thing is, she was direct witness to the double crossing, the trickery, and the media manipulation of Vladimir Putin and Sergei Lavrov. Okay? And so was Condoleezza Rice, for that matter. And as long as I hated Condoleezza Rice, I'm kind of like, I saw this thing where she got fucked over by Putin and Lavrov, and I'm like, well, damn, girl, what else did I underestimate or overestimate or, get too paranoid about regarding it? I mean, she was a fucking CEO of ExxonMobil or something. Like, she was a chairperson of ExxonMobil. That immediately makes somebody evil? Yeah, to me it did fucking 20 years ago, but let's try to be adults here, people. How does America resist countries with bigger armies, countries that are totalitarian? Okay? We do so with our economy, and our economy is a fragile thing. All right? And while the idea of no tax cuts for corporations is like, it sounds good from a populist perspective, and I used to agree with that. Like, tax cut for a corporation, well, they got fucking billions of dollars. What the hell? Well, you see, the individuals that own the stocks, the individuals, they get taxed. Okay? But the corporation that doesn't have a name, no one person is collecting money from it. Okay? The corporation, its budget, kind of, its ability to reinvest, that doesn't get taxed, or that gets incentivized. And in a normal situation, if the Cold War had actually ended, that'd still be shitty. Okay? But if you wake up to the reality that the Cold War never ended, in the mind of Vladimir Putin, and therefore in the fucking reality we face, because, he's in charge of the Soviet Union, isn't he? Okay, so if the Cold War isn't over in his mind, guess what? It's not fucking over, is it? But we need economic strength to stand up to what many people don't realize is an economic powerhouse through sheer land mass, through sheer number of resources, namely metals and oil. And if you think oil and you think Saudi Arabia and you think America and evil and Iraq and blah, 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 look up the fucking Caspian Sea. Okay? And then try to find the reason why Iran has 2/3 of its navy in the Caspian Sea, in a landlocked little sea, as opposed to in the Gulf, where the evil Americans are. So, if anybody's wondering what I think about Donald Trump, I don't think I need to tell you. I think I've been called that way ahead of time and gave all the warnings I care to give about him. I think plenty of people are talking about that. I don't need to. Mercury. Mercury was visually recorded, supposedly, crossing the sun. Did you see those images? They look so real, don't they? Just a fucking little black circle. What I noticed is that when they first released the image, it was really choppy. And as the days went by, it just got smoother and smoother. Alright, so one other thing I want to mention, just in case I don't get a chance to do a commentary on it with my wife. You must go and watch, and I don't recommend them like as an institution or anything. I don't agree with everything they fucking say. But, let's see, where the hell is it? On the John Birch Society's YouTube channel. The video is called No Place to Hide. And what it details out is the connection between populist media activist organizations and Islamic terrorist organizations, and guess who? The Soviet Union. This documentary was filmed in 1983, before the wall fell. Before the last wall fell. And I must say, as far as informative goes, if you want to really understand what I talk about at this channel, if you want to know why it's worth it to go back and watch most of my previous videos, this documentary and just a little bit of knowledge of what Putin is doing right now, how many different countries he's invaded right now, and the similarities between RT, which is programmed by Putin personally, okay, Russian propaganda basically, Putin propaganda, similarities between his message and these Shilliverse channels, the fake flat earth channels, the majority flat earth channels. I mean, all these people, the reason why they're so successful is because there is money behind them making their videos fucking skyrocket. Their videos go to the top immediately because there's money behind them. If I had money to put behind a video, it would go to the top and it would get all kinds of views too. Okay? But I rely on you to pick a video that you like of mine that you find informative, that maybe I'm not too much into the crazy talk for your friends, and share it. Post it somewhere. Do something. Okay? Because that's what I rely on. I rely on you to click the thumbs up button. Because that helps too, I think. I have noticed the more thumbs up that I get quicker, the more views that I get. So I guess there's a correlation as far as like trending goes. If it gets a lot of thumbs up right away, it'll come up somewhere on somebody's something. Maybe. I don't know. I'm just like having fun looking how fucking goofy my head looks in this camera. Hey, look, it's the dome. Okay. So, am I done? You think I'm done? I'm done. Right. I think I've bitched enough. I don't need to recap. Go check out the place, No Place to Hide. No Place to Hide on the John Birch Society. And the wife and I are going to be doing a commentary of it very soon. And I'm going to make a whole new video to rip Neil deGrasse Tyson an asshole. So, thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you're having a great day and evening, morning, afternoon, whatever the hell it is, whatever the hell you are. And please click the thumbs up button if you like having the, only truth that's out there. I mean, I hate sounding like a pompous bastard. Oh, only I know the truth. But, unfortunately for me, I happen to be the fucking, the person that I don't want to be. It's, my job to at least give people the option of finding what's really going on. And I mean, one would think that there's enough information out there for more people to be discerning it for themselves, but for some reason, spiritually or otherwise, that is not the case. And you're stuck with my dumbass. So, go look at that. If you don't know why I say it's obvious, try the for Thomas's back to front. Because I think the little clip that I put on my channel trailer, that is obvious as I want to be. And if you can find me another person who can fucking summon lightning on YouTube, give me a link to their shit below. Because I searched for it, couldn't find it. And with a million other definitive factors saying, hey, guess what, dumbass, you're that Jesus person. I eventually accepted the fact that, that's me. Sorry if I ain't pretty enough. What do you want? I'm telling you how to save your lives. I'm telling you how to save the people you love. I'm telling you the truth. That's it. Not reading a script, looking at my stupid fucking face and my stupid fucking cell phone. And I'm telling you everything that I know. Because people need to know it, or we're all fucked. It's just that simple. And if you appreciate my limited effort, give me a thumbs up. Share the video. Subscribe if you haven't already. And take it easy. But don't take it all. That'd be really shitty.